The Breakfast Club is in some controversy yet again. This time it's coming from their own fan base and is all because of this donkey of the day they gave today.
Oh, donkey of the day for Wednesday, March 12th goes to Representative Keith Self of Texas.
Shout out to Charlamagne the God, man. I think Charlamagne is an icon and a legend. I got nothing bad to say about Charlamagne. But this right here is the textbook definition of selling out. Straight up. And I'm not just saying it because I disagree. It's selling out because you could watch this and see that Charlamagne the God is going against everything he believes, and he doesn't even want to give this guy donkey of the day. But the calls came from the higher ups, and even the fans noticed this, which is why they're calling out Charlamagne and the Breakfast Club for doing this, because it comes across as forced, and it comes across as the machine push that button. I don't even take offense. I just see it as Charlamagne the God is a hired mercenary for the left. They put Charlamagne the God on various hits, and Charlamagne the God, being a professional, deliver on the hits they put him on. This time around, they wanted to put a hit on Keith Self for his actions last night, so they sent Charlamagne the God, and he delivered. I mean, listen, bro, can you really blame Charlamagne the God, bro? Yo, Charlamagne the God is getting so paid, right, off of playing the hired mercenary that at this point, it'll be foolish to tell him to stop. For God's sake, Charlamagne the God has gotten so rich, pandering, or somebody say selling out. I say being a bag chaser, bro. Y'all call it selling out. I call it being a bag chaser. Bro has gotten so rich being a bag chaser, bro, that Charlamagne the God's nose is transforming to that of the small. You get my drift, bro. Yo, and I'm not kidding. Yo, when Charlamagne the God was in the trenches, bro, in the field with us, bro, right, being a shock jockey, his nose looked like this. When Charlamagne the God start working for them folks, man, all right, start really participating, bro, Charlamagne the God's nose is even transforming to their nose. That's how you know bro getting paid, bro. When you got the oosh nose, oh, you one of them. The guy that Charlamagne the God was hired to do a hit piece on, his name is Keith Self. Now, Keith Self is King Slime, right? He is P for real, got some real ism. Because there ain't a day he ever took it easy on a 304. The reason why Charlamagne the God was hired to create a hit piece on Keith Self, and the reason why he's public enemy #1 right now to the left, is because of this altercation that took place yesterday.
I now recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member Keating, also wonderful.
Mr. Chairman, could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply...
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman? Would you repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America? Please.
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
That's King Slime Keith Self. The ism ain't on him, is in him. There ain't a day he ever took it easy on a 304. Listen, bro. Everybody in the Senate, bro, they are out here playing misbelief with Sarah McBride, bro. Now, if you guys don't know what's going on, Sarah McBride identifies as a woman. But up until 2012, Sarah McBride, formerly known as Tim McBride, looked like this. At the ripe age of 22 years old, they looked like this. This was their official announcement in 2012. So Tim McBride, up until 2012, at 21 years old, lived his life as an openly gay man. You know, he even was an LGBTQ advocate on campus. He established gender-neutral housing for first-year students. Was a gay man up until 2012. One day said, you know what? I'm not a gay man no more. I'm a woman. Now, when he transitioned, he didn't transition through surgery, through hormones. He simply just started dressing as the gender he identified with. So, like, King Slime, Keith is saying, hey, bro, I'm not playing this make-believe game, bro. Not happening. I'm not doing it, bro. All right, Trump already has, like, the executive order that the United States will only recognize two genders, bro, man and woman. I'm not playing this game with y'all, bro. So, you know, the P Slime himself, Keith Self, he went ahead and said, hey, bro, here is your gender. This is what the law now says I have to call you, so I'm going to call you it. And all hell broke loose after that.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
We will continue this
You
hearing.
will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned.
People want Keith Self removed from the bench. They want him impeached. They want him prosecuted for calling Sarah McBride a he. Now, here's the thing here, okay? Trump signed the executive order. Keith Self was only following the law. So them being mad at Keith Self for ending the meeting because his coworkers told him, hey, bro, we're not continuing this meeting unless you break the law. He said, I'm not breaking the law. Meeting adjourned and moved on. I don't see what he did wrong at all. Now, Keith Self will speak on this after the fact, and this is what he had to say.
Why does it matter? What do you say to your Democrat colleague there, the ranking member, who starts raising his voice, threatens to walk out of the proceeding because you referred to a man as Mr.? What do you say to those people who say it is disrespectful for you to call a man who thinks he's a woman Mr.?
Well, Michael, I'm a retired Green Beret. I'm not even sure what all the fuss is about. I mean, he is allowed to live his life. In fact, I spent 25 years on active duty defending his right to live his life as he chooses. But I don't have to participate in his fantasy. So I am under no obligation to participate in something that he chooses to portray himself as.
Bro cooking. He cooking. But here's where people say Charlamagne the God sold out. Charlamagne the God gave this man donkey up to date. What did he do wrong that was foolish so far? Can you name anything? You can't name not one thing this man did that was foolish. But Charlamagne the God still gave him donkey up to date. But here's the thing though. I will be able to live with the donkey up to date if Charlamagne the God truly believed this man was foolish. But no, Charlamagne the God agrees with what he's saying. Charlamagne the God has no issue with what this man is saying right now. And he actually expresses that.
Now, I am fully aware that I am not mature enough to have certain conversations because my default setting is laughter. Okay, I am a very unserious person because we live in the United States of anxiety, and I've been dealing with anxiety and panic attacks my whole life. And if it's one thing therapy has taught me, it's we must always find joy. And I find joy in jokes. Okay, in this situation with Representative Keith Self gave me great joy. I laughed a lot because Keith Self decided to abruptly adjourn a congressional hearing on Tuesday after being challenged for referring to Representative Sarah McBride of Delaware as a man. Now, maybe you don't know, don't show, or don't give a damn that Sarah McBride is the first openly transgender lawmaker in Congress. Okay, that is a fact. And the Europe subcommittee of the House of Foreign Affairs panel, by the way, I have no idea what that is, but it sounds fancy. That panel was in the middle of a hearing on arms control and U.S. assistance to Europe when its chairman, Representative Keith Self of Texas, introduced his colleague by calling Sarah McBride Mr.
Come on, bro. But Charlamagne the God heart ain't even in this, man. Charlamagne the God acknowledges he laughed. It brought him great joy. He loved it. But you know what you can't do for too long? You can't really praise somebody like Keith Self on the Breakfast Club or on under the iHeart umbrella for too long, bro. Keith Self is too real of a ninja, bro. So you know what you have to do, bro? Even though you agree fully, even though you understand where Keith Self is coming from, even though you yourself probably share the same principles of Keith Self, you have to now give him the donkey of the day because the higher-ups made that call. But because you don't have nothing to really give him donkey of the day for, you gotta sort of just make something up on the spot. So Charlamagne the God is not giving Keith Self donkey of the day for calling Sarah McBride a Mr. He's not giving Keith Self donkey of the day for any of his comments. He's giving him donkey of the day because he chose to adjourn and end the meeting after people at the meeting stated they will not continue the meeting until he breaks the law by calling Sarah McBride a miss. Bro was better off keeping this donkey up to date because it makes no sense at all. And it's given the higher ups made this call, not you, bro. Not you, bro. Because you can't say, yo, bro, I agree with 99% of the things that went on and what he said, but hey, bro, I got to give you donkey of the day for ending a meeting. Nigga, huh? They gave him an ultimatum, bro. You either break the law by calling this person the gender they want to be called, or we are leaving. And he chose, all right, bro, I'm going to end the meeting before y'all leave. That's what you chose to give him donkey of the day for? That's a reach, man. This is some nasty work.
Now, let the record show, I believe Representative William Keating of Massachusetts was trying to be funny. Okay, he wanted Keith Self to repeat himself for the same reason I wanted Keith Self to say it again. for my own personal enjoyment. And you heard Keith Self, he doubled down. And can we hear it again one more time, right? Can we hear it? I want to hear it in full. Let me hear it in full. I have to play white devil's advocate here because I understand where Mr. Self is coming from, because I too have been wondering what to do in this situation, because as Keith Self explained on social media, and I'm quoting him here, it is the policy of the United States to recognize two sexes, male and female. Why? Because one of President Trump's early moves of his second term was to sign an executive order that the federal government would only recognize two sexes, and they were not changeable. Okay, an executive order was signed. It's right there in black and white. I don't know what to do in this situation. It's all so confusing. So William Keating, you getting frustrated with Mr. Self when all he's doing is what your boss told him to do.
Tell me a time you've ever seen Charlamagne the God give somebody donkey of the day and spent 99% of the donkey of the day explaining how much he agrees with them and why they did nothing wrong. And then for that last 1%, he gives them donkey of the day for some made up reason he came up in his head with. This is not how donkey of the day usually goes. And you know why it's going a little bit differently? You know why this is an awkward donkey of the day? It's because Charlamagne the God was forced to do this, bro. All right, now, I do believe that Charlamagne the God, listen, bro, if you're going to sell out, this the realest way to sell out. All right, a lot of y'all is selling out, and y'all are being hoes with y'all sell out, bro. If you are to sell out, this the realest way to do it, all right? You got to sell out with some integrity, homie, and Charlamagne the God is selling out with integrity. He's selling out, but he's still letting, the real ones know, hey, bro, I'm with y'all, bro. Bro, these folks tripping, homie. Hey, listen, man. The white man asked me to do this, bro. My boss asked me to do this, homie. I ain't got no choice, bro. I got to. Which, hey, bro, get your money. Listen, bro, if I'm ever asked to choose between a $100 million job at iHeartMedia, bro, or having y'all think I'm a real one, hey, bro. Hey, man. So shout out to Charlamagne the God. But this is a sellout moment here, bro, if we ever seen one. You spend 99% of the video telling us how real one Keith Self is, man. How King Slime is a real one. And then you give him donkey of the day tacked on the end, bro, because you wanted to please your bosses. Man, we're not buying this, bro. This is not cool.
Did a memo go out telling members of Congress what to do in this situation after Trump signed that executive order? Of course it didn't. So I'm not really upset at Keith Self for doing what the president told him to do. What I am upset about, and the reason I'm giving Keith Self donkey of the day, is because he adjourned the session. See, these petty culture wars are hurting democracy. You heard me say earlier that they were in the middle of a hearing on arms control and U.S. assistance to Europe. I kind of know what that is. I believe I know what that means, but I know one thing for sure. That panel is more important than whether or not Sarah McBride is referred to as Mr. or Miss. And you know who knows that better than anyone? Sarah McBride. See, on other occasions, Republicans presiding over the floor and in hearings have either tried to stay away from the issue by referring to Sarah as the member from Delaware, even though the custom is to refer to lawmakers as gentlemen or gentlewomen. I actually like them just referring to her as the member from Delaware, even though I don't know if Sarah has had their member surgically removed.
If you go to the comment section of this donkey of the day, bruh, yo, you will scroll down and you will see Miss Jennerin, bro, we are done with that. But did he lie? I mean, he not lying, right? Donkey of the day should go to Charlamagne for unfairly giving donkey of the day because that's Mr., right? Why y'all give him donkey of the day, right? He was called out but stood on business, all right? I'm with Keith on this one. Yo, dying on the wrong hill, shaking my head. Right? Bro, the fans are getting to a point where, bro, it's a new era, bro. Right? Like, it's a new era, yo. Like, the fans are not being held hostage. People are not going with this nonsense anymore, bro. And I feel like iHeartMedia sort of have to get with the times because, yo, I don't feel like Charlamagne the God did this with his own doing, bro. I feel like Charlamagne the God was forced to do this. They forced him. And at some point, I feel like Charlamagne the God has to stick up to iHeartMedia, bro, because Charlamagne the God to me is more important than iHeart. I think Charlamagne the God is more important than the Breakfast Club. I think Charlamagne the God to me is probably like number one, if not top two most important hip hop commentators of all time. But Charlamagne the God can leave and create his own Breakfast Club. So at some point, bro, I'm not digging this. Now, maybe this is a part of the long play, and Charlamagne the God feels like acquiescing to the demands of iHeartMedia is probably going to get, is possibly going to get him, like a late night show one day. But Yo, I feel like Charlamagne the God will get a late night show without doing this and just staying true to himself. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, all right? And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out why the Breakfast Club fans are asking, the Breakfast Club to fire Jess Hilarious for making this huge mistake during the Breakfast Club interview with Wendy Williams. I'm gonna see you guys in this video. Out of here, folks. Peace.